Hola, good morning. How's it going? Today is Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Currently 71 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 21 degrees Celsius here on Madeira Island, where it is sprinkling. I just spent the night at the Colma Hotel there. Great hotel, great restaurant, incredible dinner last night of goat and roasted potatoes and something that I think was sort of a cornbread kind of a thing, and vegetables. Nice room. I ended up here because that was the cheapest thing on the island. Down in Funchal, the capital and main city, cheapest room was $170 for the night. And so I found this hotel the opposite direction from the airport, which I flew into yesterday, and rented a van right here for 122 euros, $143 US, which was the cheapest thing that I could find. So Madeira is expensive and wet, at least today. So I am flying out today, going somewhere sunnier, back to Greece. I'm going to keep it a secret where I'm going in Greece, but I'm very much looking forward to it because I love Greece and because it is nice and sunny there and warm. So the plan for today is to keep going away from the airport. It is currently about like 10:45 in the morning. My flight leaves at 5:45 this evening. I need to return the van by 3 o'clock, and so I have about 4 hours to explore the island. Now, with this kind of weather, I don't know what we're going to be able to see or how well we will be able to see it, but I'm going to get driving and make it a loop, end up in Funchal, which I didn't go to yesterday, and show the capital and main city, and hope that the weather improves in the course of the day. We shall see. So let's get cruising. So this is the cute little town of Santana, and I forgot to mention that the little red, blue, and white building that I showed at the beginning, like that one there, is one of the traditional houses of the area. Some more over here. Yesterday I went to this sort of a theme park or something. I got there right as it was closing at 6 o'clock, and it had more of the houses in it as well and other things to see, but I didn't go inside. But basically I just wanted to see those traditional houses, but they have them for free here in the town of Santana, so you can just check them out there if you want. Or the park looked like a great place to take kids. Okay, time for me to pay attention to where I'm going. Love these old style homes. There's a real charm to the buildings and villages and towns here. The very intense, dramatic landscapes that require tunnels to get through the various hills and ridges. How long is this one going to be? One of them was like several miles long yesterday. Really unique island. What was this place? Seriously, what the heck was it? Like a factory or a warehouse, I guess? So, banana? But I don't see any banana hanging from them. But yeah, I think those are banana trees, right? Look at those cliffs. Quite an interesting bridge here, and a beach out there, and the ruins of Sao Jorge, or St. George. I don't know exactly what they are, and I don't have a good enough cell phone connection right now to have searched for it. So we'll take a look and try to figure it out. Ristorante Alberto, open. Okay, should I have brought my phone for directions? Hopefully it is straightforward. Oh man. Are they up on top of that hill? This road goes up there. But my phone said 220 meters, so hopefully that didn't mean like to the trailhead. And it's way up there because I'm so not in the mood for a hike like that right now after my last couple of days of hiking. But look at this old traditional bridge. Or maybe not too old. A rocky beach, it looks like. Okay. Now I'm wishing I'd brought my phone because I'm not sure which way to go, but I'm going to guess it's out here. Well, we have some interesting old buildings. But this is not what we're looking for. I saw an image of an arch. Nice location for a home though. Is it still lived in? One window there open. Looks kind of derelict, but maybe not for long. There we go. I said an arch. And another old bridge. So this definitely feels like an area that was, you know, a affluent person's residence, or Sao Jorge, St. George, priest who lived here or something like that. Must have been some gardens, maybe a goat shack or a tool shed there. Whoa, this is a really rocky, you can't even call it a beach. It's a rock garden beach. A ladder over there, I guess for getting up and diving back in, so a natural pool. And then looks like there's probably an actual swimming pool up there. We love Sao Jorge, so this is kind of a whole complex that in its prime would have been a really nice area, but for some reason has been kind of abandoned. But yeah, an interesting first stop for the day, but there is much more to see, so let's get going. Quinta das Hortensias, not sure what that means. Quinta da Quebrada, and then Natural desta Freguesia, 1928 to 1997. So I'm in this other little town that's really cute, and has a lot of interesting ruins, including, I guess, a church up here. Look at these buildings. And then church right there, or maybe it's something else. Okay. Established 1905. Jose Deo Jardin. Okay, so like garden. And then this really cute street here. Yellow and red street. Rosarium. Entrada, Rosarium entrance. So, rose garden, I guess? But it is just really quiet. I'm definitely getting the sense that we're out of the high season, so whatever that is exactly, looks nice. September 11th, so almost fall. Museum of Wine. Man, these roads are narrow. And I'm assuming this must be an older tunnel. Really different style from the other ones. It's just carved straight out of the rock, it seems. Benvindo, welcome. So notice the similarities between, well, Spanish and Portuguese and French. Benvindo in Portuguese, bienvenuto in Spanish, and Italian would be very similar. The Romance languages. So there was a bit of a discussion under a recent video because I was talking about the language and the similarities with English, how some words on a sign in Portuguese looked quite similar to in English. And so I forget exactly what I said, but I referenced the Romance languages and lots of comments of people saying English isn't a romantic language. True, English is not one of the Romance languages. The Romance languages are Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Romanian, and then Catalan, some other language in Spain. I forget if it's Catalan or another one, but I think those are basically the, Romance languages. English is a Germanic-based language. However, it has such influence. Hey, cute little doggies. That apparently 30% of English words are Germanic-based. So 30%. But 60% are Romance-based. And so, whatever I said in that video, I didn't say that English was a romantic language, a Romance language. I said that it was related or something like that, which it obviously very much is. Whoa, look at that view. So I guess a lot of words in English come from the French in particular that were incorporated over the course of, the various wars and other connections between the English and the French. And then also, I'm sure, from the Italian and Spanish, etc. And so the structure of English remains as a Germanic language, but you can see it when you read the signs in Portuguese or Italian or French or Spanish that the words are very close to many English words. Another just gorgeous valley, cute town, almost nobody around. What a unique island. I was just on Sao Miguel Island, Azores, and it was very interesting and unique as well. But Madeira is really extra special, it seems like. It is just so packed with various settlements. So many towns and then just communities sprawled across these ridges. There is really a lot to see on this island, which I am just going to get a taste of, but better a taste than nothing. And look at that. What a sight. Truly like nowhere else. Another cute town nestled in a valley and sprawled across a crazy cliff. $11:33. I guess this is the church. Let's see if anything is open. Old tree stump and mushrooms. I sure as heck would not eat those ones. Barking dog. Bell tower. I'm going to try to get back to my... Whoa! Oh my god. Dog on top of the roof. Hey dude. My car is right down there. Everything looking very locked up, but what a cool traditional village. There's the van. Miradoro, so that is a viewpoint out there. Oh, looks like I walked right past the open doors. Silencio. Modestia. I guess that means modest dress. And take off your sunglasses. So this is Sao Vicente, or Saint Vincent, and I came here because one of the places that I found online was the Sao Vicente Church, which is right there, which is supposed to be very elaborately decorated inside. And then I was down there trying to find a parking place and couldn't find one, and ended up on this narrow one-way street and then had to turn somewhere, and so turned onto that street, and so ended up here, and now it's a long ways down. And I've been inside many churches. I'm sure it's remarkable, but not feeling like the hassle of trying to get back down there and find a parking place once again, so I think I'll just skip it. I am about a 35-minute drive from Funchal, the capital and main town, which is that way, and so it's going to be a drive across the island and then turning east, heading back towards the airport. But this is sure another remarkable scene. Tunnel coming out there. I came through a number of long tunnels from up there. Steep, steep hills. The ocean right out there. I am definitely very, very impressed and intrigued by Madeira. There we go, 12 o'clock, noon. All right, found a somewhat illegal parking spot at the School of Agriculture, just right up there. And there's the church. Got to take a quick look inside. I'm guessing there is a holiday coming up. Yesterday, I saw workers setting things up, so it's in the future. Probably this weekend. Today being Thursday. Okay, here we have a big tour group just leaving, fortunately, by the looks of it. Yeah, that was lucky timing. Wow. It is really amazing. More elaborately decorated than the other churches that I've seen. Really nice smell. Some kind of incense. Really amazing painting there. Looks like Jesus on a donkey surrounded by a crowd, and then it's that building in the background. I assume must be Jerusalem. The old wall. And we are now on the south side of the island where it is nice and sunny. More towns sprawled across hills and more tunnels. Looks like a short one. I see the light. I hope it isn't a train. So this is Funchal, and I am kind of amazed at how different it is from Ponta Delgada, the capital and largest city of the Azores Islands, where I stayed the past 5 days. This feels like a real city, much bigger, busier, more grand. This is not even the main cathedral or main square. I'm going to walk over there. I just parked down the street there, and I'm going to tell a very silly little story about paying for the parking. So I find a spot on the street where you need to pay, but I don't have any coins, and it is a coins only machine, no credit card, no notes. I have a €5 note. So I walk over here and I walk into this toy store and wait for a while, and then they say they aren't going to give change. And so then I continue walking down here and I come to this fruit stand where they have water, and so I buy a little bottle of water that is 70 euro cents. And so she gives me in change 4 €1 coins, a 20-cent coin, and a 10-cent coin. So €4.30 change. And then I walk over to the place where I'm parked, and there is a little, pillar parking meter thing. And I start putting the coins in. So I put in one coin, €1, and it goes in. And then I put in the next one, and then I'm about to put in the third one because it is saying 56 minutes costs €1.70. And so I wanted to have more than an hour. And so I tried to put in €3 coins. But then it spits them all out. And so I try again, it does the same thing. I'm wondering if I'm not being quick enough about it. You need to put them all in and then press the green button right away or something. I try again, not working. It keeps giving me back all my coins. And so I go across the street to another of the parking meter things and try there. Exact same thing. I put in the coins and it just keeps spitting them all out. And so I see a woman walking past and stop and ask her. And so she helps me out. And so what's going on is it will only allow you to pay for not 1 hour, 56 minutes. So it's 56 minutes costs €1.70. But it won't let you give more than that. Oh, okay, this is the cathedral here. It won't let you give more than that. It won't give you change. You have to put in exactly €1.70 or it rejects the coins. And so that puts me in a dilemma because I had €4 coins, as I said, and a 20-cent and a 10-cent. And so I could only put in the €1.30, which only gives me 40 minutes. And so I'm gonna walk around, and then the thing is gonna be invalid right at the time that I'm furthest away from the car. I mean, I had the coins, I'm all prepared to give them. What a wacky system. Okay, let's take a quick look inside the cathedral. Looks like, I guess there's a wedding going on, or? Oh yeah. Wow. Another really beautiful church, but I don't want to be annoying with the camera there. So this is definitely the happening part of town. So I'll just walk around here for 20 minutes or whatever, and then maybe just call that good and head back to the airport a little bit early. Better early than late anyways. Wow, what a really pleasant area. Nice and shaded. We got some live music. Well, I have coins. I guess I should give them some. Madeira. This is a really nice city. It's kind of perfect size, perfect busyness happening, but not completely thronged with tourists like many of the major European cities would be. I guess it would be a lot busier in August. Really cute food trucks. Cold beer to go, that is so tempting, but I have an intense drive ahead of me. I want to be crystal clear. So here is a map of Madeira Island. We are here, Funchal. The airport is right around here somewhere, and there is Santana. So yesterday I landed here, wherever the airport is. There it is, that must be the airport runway there. And then drove out here and did a hike, and then drove to Santana, stayed there last night, and then today drove along here over to Sao Vicente. There are some caves there. I saw that, but didn't have time to stop. And then drove across like this, and then over to Funchal. So this was all winding roads, just narrow 2-lane roads, but then from Sao Vicente to here was freeway going really fast. So that was a quick trip. That is like 30 minutes to do that. Very strange sculpture here. A man with a briefcase. So back view, side view. But then it is a woman here. And then a golden dome on top. So speaking of paying for things, and my other silly story that I told in my last video was about the complications involved in trying to fill up the gas tank for the rental car that I had on San Miguel Island. And so keeping in mind that I need to fill up the tank today, this car, then I might as well just plan to head back early. Oh, we got the green walk here. Give myself plenty of time to deal with that and get back to the airport. So it's all good, as they say. Another very strange sculpture there. Look at the city just all sprawled across the hills here. So a very cute lane there, and we have the Mercado dos Lavradores, a market. Let's check it out. And a sculpture of a farmer and oxen. Okay, an inside market. Wow, the smell is amazing because of flowers. Lots of produce, wines, grocery store, flowers, leather goods. Seems like really good quality things here, and more fruits and vegetables up there. I see bright red peppers macadamia nuts, pistachio, cashews, more of the bright red peppers here. All different kinds of peppers. Yellow Jamaican, Cambuchi, jalapeno, piri piri, malagueta, harissa, cherry pepper. All right, I have about 15 minutes before my parking expires. Let's do a quick wander through the little lanes back here. I think that this is the old town going back that way. Ooh, dragon fruit. The coolest looking fruit. And the fish market looks like it's finished up for the day. Whoa. What kind of fish is that? Wicked bike there, I guess electric bike. Okay, so just saw the cable car. So that's something else you can do. Get up on the mountain that way. So there it is, the cable car. Paella, Spanish dish. Not one of my favorites personally. I don't really care for dishes with a whole lot of rice. Okay, well, I think at this point it is time for me to turn it around, get back to my car, try to avoid another parking ticket, and then drive to the airport. Flight at 6 to Frankfurt, Germany. 4.5 hour or so flight. Land there around 11 p.m. tonight. I have a hotel booked there right near the airport for tonight, which it looks like I can walk to and not have to deal with a taxi situation. And then tomorrow morning, flight to Athens. And then from there, straight away, another flight to one of the Greek islands. And I will keep that one a secret. You will find out in the next video. So it was a short but sweet 2 days of exploring Madeira. I really like it. Would love to come back and see more, but for now, I'm definitely looking forward to Greece. So more coming from a Greek island. See ya.